Hello, this is Lolly with my latest thrift store haul. And what I want to tell you is that I went there this time with the expressed purpose of wanting to pick out everything that I needed, or almost everything I needed for a project. And I didn't know what that project would be until I got there. So it was a challenge to myself. So my first thought was maybe I would take this chest and make it into a treasure chest. I wasn't sure. I got this for 25 cents, but actually I decided on a different tack from there, and I'll show you what I decided. So I got all of these. They had a big bin of threads and bobbins, and some of them pretty old. They got these metal bobbins with more than one color of thread on them. I've got all of those, and this really wide one. I love that. All these little spools here. One blank spool. This one's been painted. So they had a lot more than this, but I was trying to kind of get all these colors here, and I'm pretty happy with that. So I got all that, and what I wanted to do was to make a frame or something, a wall hanging with sewing notions on it. I picked this up with the itty bitty scissors and the needle threaders. There's a couple buttons, some needles, and some hooks. I'm not sure I would use 100% of all this in the project. I started off with an embroidery hoop, and I thought I would like put fabric on the embroidery hoop, and then I realized with all of the stuff I was going to put on there, it was going to be so heavy that I decided to go with this instead. And they had these, which are old like award plaques. They're, really heavy. So you could see how thick that is. It's got a couple little holes here, which won't be a problem. So here's what I was thinking. I picked up this doily kind of thing that has been hand stitched. I thought I would press this out. I love the little bees. They're so cute. And I'm not sure just how it's going to play out, but I thought I would maybe paint this white so that the corners are not going to be covered by this. You see what I'm saying? And so I thought I might spray paint it white or something, and then affix this on there. And I was thinking maybe up there like that, and then put them all these, maybe even use some heat transfer vinyl to put a saying right here. And then I would affix all of these in a nice border all the way around it. I thought that might be kind of cute. So here's the thing. Well, we're going to talk about this, what I'm going to put on the words at the end of this video. So stay tuned to the end because I am going to need your input. Okay, so let's put that aside, and I'll show you the other items that I got to put on that. So I'm not sure if this will work. This is a pink chenille rickrack. I might use bits of that, but not too much. This is adorable. My daughter actually went with me, and she picked up this wool, and then she realized the wool had been eaten, and she didn't know. She wanted to make sure that, anyway, long story, but she gave me this little packaging right there. I did pick up this. It's not for the project, though. I picked up some white rickrack. Not sure I'll use it for that project. I did pick up these. I wanted some of the packaging like this. I love this kind of packaging. See, these little hooks, and I would just like put them in there like that on the cardboard. So use some of that. And I got one of these to also put in there. Dress fasteners to put in. I got some tapestry needles. I might use one and then use the rest for book binding. We'll see. And I got this also to stick in there. Picked up some of this vintage lace here. I think that's really cute. And I don't know how much I would use of that. I never know until I try. This is the tiniest black rickrack. I'm going to give my daughter some of this too because she makes doll clothes, and that's a really good size for her to use. This is not for that project. I just thought these would make great charms. I don't even know what those are, but they're very old. I picked up a pink zipper that I could use in the project. I picked these up, which tacks I don't need. The safety pin, I can use that. I can use the buttons, and probably this little section of needles here. Whatever I don't use, I can donate. And I picked up a thimble. Have to have a thimble in there. Okay. And at first I picked this up. I forgot to put it back. I was going to put it in the project like this, and then I saw that there were scissors. Whoops. That there were scissors in this set, but I'm not sure I'm going to like the orange. So if I use this, I may spray paint the handles because I really don't like the orange handles with the color scheme I've got going here. Okay, and I have some tiny orange, yellow rickrack. I have some pink seam binding. And I have a pack of vintage buttons. I love the shape of those. Another pack of buttons, and I have this seam gauge, and I also have many other sewing notions that I have picked up from the thrift store from many other trips. So all together I think I should have enough to go around here. We'll see. If not, I may need to go back and buy a few more, but I did pretty well with this. Now, some other things that I picked up that are not related to this particular project. They had these like grapevine wreath hearts, and it was 50 cents for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. And let's open that up to show you one. I just got these. I thought these would be a really good size for memory decks cards. Aren't they cute? And they could even be sprayed. So I actually got 2 packs of this. That one and another one right there. And I picked up this. I need to repackage this. Tiny glass marbles. They call them marbles, but those little, they're really cute. It's like turquoise, blue, and silver, it looks like. And that was $1. My daughter found this, and it was $2. It's a metal, huge metal spool. I love it. I'm just going to use this as a decorative item in my craft room, I think. And it's got what looks like this variegated wool yarn on it. I just think it's so attractive. Okay, and picked up these more jumbo playing cards. I thought that was interesting that these ones have sharp corners. Usually the playing cards have slightly rounded corners. These would make good journal covers or journal pages. Good for junk journals. It's not going down in there. And then this also is not for this project, but it's, what do you call it? I don't remember what it's called, but it's got the flat area here that you sew into a project, and then you have this rounded area right there sticking out between your layers. So again, I don't know what that's called. I forgot. I have used this in other projects, paper crafting projects, but I didn't have golds. I also picked up this jar of just metal bobbins because I love the metal ones. Great for crafting. They're very heavy too. It's one of the reasons that inspired me to use this wooden plaque. I would have liked to have had something round, but I'll go with the metal. Also, they had a jar of these fake vintage keys here, and my grandson was playing with it and it fell on the floor, so my daughter paid for it. So I'm going to try and glue that back on. It's like, no, it's not plastic. I don't think it actually is a light metal. Just glue it back in there and maybe it'll fit on this, like to glue it on the front, you know, when we're all done. I don't know. We'll see. I'll put that in there as a reminder. And so the other thing was I picked up, this was 75 cents, and it is star-shaped holographic glitter. And they had these chains just in bulk that someone had donated a lot of chain. And there were ones in the bags, and there were ones that were loose like this. I didn't realize that I ended up with this too. But these, what I always use these for is making charms. I just cut however long of a segment I want, and I put a hook on that end, and I hang my charms on it. So I can make chunky charms or any kind of charm length that I want. And it looks like that is it for my haul today. The whole thing came to $16. And what I wanted to say about this is, if you're still watching, I am thinking about doing vinyl words, like right here, heat transfer vinyl. But I have, and I'm putting sewing notions all around it. I don't need a long saying, like 20 words long. I just need a few words. So what would, what do you vote for the words for me to put on here with the heat transfer vinyl? So if you're making a plaque like this to hang in your house, what would you want it to say? So put your comment down below, and I will look those over and choose one to do this project. Thank you for watching. Look down below for the links, and I will give you a link to my Facebook group, which is Upcycled and Thrifting Craft Group.